You've arrived here tonight not by accident, but by divine appointment. Your soul has been whispering to you for months, perhaps years, that something profound needs to shift. The old patterns, the familiar struggles, the recurring thoughts that loop through your mind like a broken record. They've brought you to this sacred threshold. I'm Bruce Lipton, and I want you to know that what you're feeling right now, this deep longing for change, this exhaustion with who you've been, this quiet desperation mixed with hope, this is not weakness. This is awakening. This is your biology recognizing that you are ready for metamorphosis. Tonight is different from every other night you've lived. Tonight, you don't just go to sleep. Tonight, you cross over into a new version of yourself. The person who wakes up tomorrow morning will carry within their cells the frequency of transformation that you're about to activate. Your consciousness has been preparing for this moment. Every disappointment, every moment of feeling stuck, every prayer whispered in the dark, they've all been leading you here to this precise moment when you finally understand that change doesn't happen through force. It happens through surrender. It happens through sleep. The ancient mystics knew what modern science is just beginning to understand. Sleep is not rest. Sleep is regeneration. Sleep is the sacred laboratory where your subconscious mind takes the intentions you plant and weaves them into the very fabric of your being. You see, your conscious mind, the thinking, analyzing, worrying mind, it's only 5% of your total consciousness. The other 95%, your subconscious mind, that's where the real power lives. And your subconscious mind is most receptive to change when your conscious mind finally gets out of the way. Tonight, as you allow your conscious mind to drift into the gentle rhythm of sleep, your subconscious mind becomes like rich, fertile soil, ready to receive the seeds of your new reality. But these aren't just any seeds. These are the quantum possibilities that exist in the field of infinite potential, waiting for your emotional signature to call them into form. I want you to feel into this truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not missing anything. You are simply ready to remember who you really are beneath the layers of conditioning, beneath the stories you've told yourself, beneath the limitations you've accepted as truth. Your body knows how to heal. Your mind knows how to reprogram itself. Your heart knows how to magnetize what belongs to you. Tonight, you're going to align all three in the most natural process available to every human being, the process of sleep. The transformation you're seeking isn't complicated. It doesn't require years of therapy or thousands of dollars in courses. It requires one thing: your willingness to go to sleep as one person and wake up as another. Your willingness to trust that the intelligence that beats your heart and grows your hair and heals your cuts knows exactly how to rewire your neural pathways while you rest. This is your invitation to step across the threshold from who you've been to who you're becoming. The old you goes to sleep tonight. The new you opens their eyes tomorrow morning. While your conscious mind dreams and drifts, your subconscious mind is working. It never stops. It never sleeps. It never takes a break from the job of maintaining your reality according to the programs it's running. Right now, as you listen to my voice, your subconscious mind is processing over 4 billion bits of information per second, orchestrating the symphony of your physiology, your emotions, your perceptions, your responses to life. But here's what most people don't understand. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't know the difference between what happened and what you visualize happening. To your subconscious mind, if you can feel it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, if you can generate the emotional signature of it, it is real. This is not metaphysics. This is biology. This is measurable, observable science. When you imagine something vividly, when you feel the emotions associated with that experience, your brain fires the same neural networks as if that experience were actually happening. Your body releases the same chemicals. Your cells receive the same signals. Your subconscious mind has been faithfully creating your reality based on the programs it received in the first 7 years of your life, when your brain was in a theta state, the same brainwave state you naturally enter as you fall asleep. Those early programs, downloaded from your parents, your teachers, your environment, have been running your life on autopilot. But tonight we return to that original state of programmability. Tonight your brain naturally shifts into theta as you drift toward sleep. And in that state, your subconscious mind becomes as receptive to new programming as it was when you were a child. Except now, you are the programmer. Now, you choose what gets installed. The beauty of working with your subconscious mind during sleep is that your conscious mind, with all its doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs, isn't there to interfere with the process. Your analytical mind, which might say, "This isn't possible," or "I've tried this before," or "I don't deserve this," simply isn't online when you're sleeping. Your subconscious mind operates on one simple principle: repetition with emotion. When you repeat a new belief with the feeling of it being true, your subconscious mind accepts it as fact. It doesn't argue. It doesn't resist. It simply says, "Okay, this is who we are now. This is what we believe. This is how we respond to life. Let me reorganize everything to match this new program." And this reorganization happens at every level: cellular, molecular, energetic. Your immune system aligns with your new beliefs about your health. Your nervous system rewires itself to support your new emotional patterns. Your endocrine system adjusts to secrete the chemistry of your new identity. Think about this. Every night, as you sleep, billions of your cells die and billions of new cells are born. These new cells are literally born into the emotional and mental environment that you create. If you fall asleep in stress, worry, and limitation, your new cells are born into that frequency. If you fall asleep in gratitude, possibility, and love, your new cells carry that signature. You are not a victim of your genetics. You are not stuck with the personality you developed in childhood. You are not doomed to repeat the patterns of your family lineage. You are a dynamic, ever-changing field of consciousness, and every night you have the opportunity to consciously participate in your own evolution. The person you've been is simply the result of unconscious programming. The person you're becoming is the result of conscious programming. Tonight you become the conscious programmer of your own transformation. Your body is not just a physical structure carrying you through life. Your body is a living library of every experience you've ever had, every belief you've ever held, every emotion you've ever felt. Your cells remember everything. They hold the memory of your first heartbreak, your greatest joy, your deepest fears, and your highest hopes. But here's what's revolutionary about this cellular memory. It can be rewritten. Every cell in your body is constantly communicating through chemical signals, and these signals are directly influenced by your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When you change your internal state, you literally change the chemistry of your body. Your cells are listening to you right now. They're listening to the quality of your thoughts, the frequency of your emotions, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible for your life. And they're responding. They're either supporting the old version of you or preparing to support the new version of you. The field of epigenetics has shown us that genes are not destiny. Less than 5% of disease is caused by genetic defects. The other 95% is caused by lifestyle and perception, by how we think, feel, and respond to our environment. This means that the way you perceive your life literally controls your genetic expression. When you carry stress, anxiety, and limiting beliefs, you signal your genes to express proteins that create inflammation, suppress your immune system, and accelerate aging. When you carry peace, gratitude, and empowering beliefs, you signal your genes to express proteins that promote healing, enhance immunity, and support vitality. This is happening in your body right now as you listen to these words. Your cells are bathed in the chemistry of whatever emotional state you're experiencing. If you're feeling hopeful about the possibility of change, your cells are receiving molecules of hope. If you're feeling peaceful about letting go of the old you, your cells are receiving molecules of peace, but it goes even deeper than that. Your cells exist in a field of information, what quantum physicists call the quantum field. This field connects every part of your body to every other part, and it connects you to the larger field of consciousness that some people call God, others call the universe, and still others simply call the field. When you align your thoughts and emotions with a new possibility, you create what's called coherence, a state where your heart, mind, and body are all broadcasting the same signal. In this state of coherence, you become a powerful transmitter, sending a clear message into the quantum field about who you are and what you want to experience. The quantum field responds to this coherent signal by organizing synchronicities, opportunities, and circumstances that match your new frequency. It's as if the universe rearranges itself to support the new version of you that you're broadcasting. Your cells are not separate from this field. They exist within it, influenced by it, communicating through it. When you go to sleep in a state of coherence, aligned with your new identity, your cells spend the entire night bathed in that frequency, literally reorganizing themselves to support who you're becoming. The old cellular memories, the ones that kept you stuck in patterns of lack, fear, or limitation, they begin to dissolve. New cellular memories begin to form, memories that support abundance, love, and possibility. Your body becomes the living expression of your new consciousness. This is not a metaphor. This is measurable, quantifiable science. Researchers can now observe in real time how meditation, visualization, and elevated emotions create measurable changes in gene expression, brain structure, and cellular function. What mystics have taught for thousands of years, science is now proving. Consciousness creates reality. Tonight, as you sleep, you're not just resting your body. You're consciously participating in the greatest creative act available to human beings, the act of recreating yourself at the cellular level. The person you've been is not who you are. It's simply who you learn to be based on your past experiences, your family patterns, your cultural conditioning, and the beliefs you absorbed before you were old enough to choose them consciously. But that person, with all their struggles and limitations, has served their purpose. They brought you to this moment of awakening. Tonight, you give yourself permission to let that old identity go, not with violence or rejection, but with gratitude and release. Like a snake that sheds its skin, or a butterfly that emerges from its cocoon, you honor what was while making space for what wants to become. Your old identity was constructed from thoughts you thought repeatedly, emotions you felt habitually, and actions you took automatically. Over time, these patterns carved neural pathways in your brain so deep that they felt like who you were. But they were never who you were. They were simply the habits of consciousness you developed in response to life. The beautiful thing about neural plasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself, is that it never stops. Every day, every hour, every moment, you have the opportunity to think new thoughts, feel new emotions, and take new actions. And when you do this consistently, especially in the receptive state of sleep, you literally rewire your brain to support a new version of yourself. But releasing the old identity requires more than just intellectual understanding. It requires an emotional letting go. It requires you to feel into the places where you've been attached to being the victim, the struggler, the one who can't catch a break, the one who's not enough, the one who's too much, the one who's different, the one who's behind. These identities, even when they've caused suffering, have also provided a strange kind of comfort. They've given you a role to play, a story to tell, a reason for why things are the way they are. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Familiarity is the enemy of transformation. The old you might feel safe, but it also feels stuck. It might feel predictable, but it also feels limited. It might feel like home, but it's not the home your soul is calling you toward. As you prepare to release this old identity, I want you to understand that you're not losing anything real. You're not losing your core essence, your gifts, your capacity to love and be loved. You're simply releasing the limitations, the fears, the wounds, and the stories that have been constraining the full expression of who you really are. Imagine that your true self is like the sun, and your old identity has been like clouds covering that sun. Tonight, you're not destroying the sun. You're allowing the clouds to dissolve so that your natural radiance can shine through unobstructed. This process of release happens naturally during sleep, when your conscious mind's grip on your identity loosens. In that liminal space between waking and sleeping, between one day and the next, between who you were and who you're becoming, transformation occurs. You might feel some resistance to this process. Your ego, that part of you that's been managing your identity, might create fear about who you'll be without your familiar patterns. This is normal. This is part of the process. The ego's job has been to keep you safe by keeping you the same. But safety and growth rarely coexist. Tonight, you're choosing growth. You're choosing evolution. You're choosing to trust that who you're becoming is more authentic, more powerful, and more aligned with your soul's purpose than who you've been. The old identity dissolves not through force, but through lack of attention. As you place your attention on who you're becoming, who you've been naturally fades into the background. Like a photograph exposed to sunlight, it gradually becomes fainter until it disappears completely. You are ready for this release. Your soul has been preparing for this moment. Trust the process. Trust the intelligence that lives within you. Trust that letting go of who you've been is the only way to make room for who you're meant to become. Beyond the world of matter, beyond the realm of the physical, there exists a field of infinite potential. Quantum physicists call it the quantum field. Mystics call it the field of consciousness. Spiritual traditions call it the mind of God. Whatever name you give it, this field contains every possibility that has ever existed or could ever exist. Right now in this field, there exists a version of you that is completely healthy, completely abundant, completely loved, completely fulfilled. There exists a version of you that is healed from every wound, overcome every limitation, and stepped into their full power. There exists a version of you that is living the life you've dreamed of, but perhaps never believed was truly possible. These are not fantasies. These are not wishful thinking. These are quantum possibilities existing in the field right now, waiting for the right conditions to collapse from potential into reality. And you have the power to create those conditions through the coherence of your consciousness. The field responds to one thing: the electromagnetic signature you broadcast through the combination of your thoughts and emotions. When your thoughts and emotions are aligned, when what you're thinking matches what you're feeling, you create a coherent signal that the field recognizes and responds to. Most people think thoughts of what they want while feeling emotions of what they don't have. They think about abundance while feeling lack. They think about love while feeling lonely. They think about health while feeling sick. This creates an incoherent signal, and the field doesn't know which message to respond to. But when you can think the thoughts of your new life while feeling the emotions of your new life, when you can combine clear intention with elevated emotion, you broadcast a coherent signal that the field has no choice but to respond to. The field begins to reorganize matter, energy, circumstances, and events to match the frequency you're broadcasting. This is not magic. This is quantum mechanics. Consciousness appears to be the fundamental creative force in the universe. Matter doesn't create consciousness. Consciousness creates matter. The observer effect in quantum physics shows us that the act of observation literally influences the behavior of subatomic particles. If consciousness can influence the behavior of particles, imagine what coherent, focused consciousness can do in your life. Imagine what happens when you consistently broadcast the signal of who you want to become, especially during the receptive state of sleep, when your subconscious mind is most programmable. The quantum field exists outside of time and space. Past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously in the field. This means that the future version of yourself, the one that is healed, abundant, and fulfilled, that version exists right now. You're not trying to create something that doesn't exist. You're learning to tune in to something that already exists. Think of it like a radio. All the radio stations are broadcasting simultaneously, but you only hear the one you're tuned to. All the possible versions of your life are existing simultaneously in the quantum field, but you only experience the one you're tuned to through the frequency of your consciousness. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, you're learning to retune your consciousness to the frequency of your highest possibility. You're learning to feel into the emotion of that reality so completely that your body believes it's already living it. You're learning to think from that reality instead of toward that reality. The field doesn't distinguish between what has happened and what you're imagining will happen if your imagination is infused with enough emotion. To the field, if you can feel it, it's real. If you can embody the emotion of it, you're already living it. If you can maintain that feeling long enough, the field has no choice but to deliver the matching experiences. This is why visualization and feeling are so powerful, especially during sleep. You're not trying to convince the universe to give you something. You're learning to align with what already exists in the field of potential. You're learning to become a match for your own miracle. The version of you that you're becoming is not separate from the version of you that you are. It's simply a higher expression of the same consciousness. Tonight, you begin to merge with that higher expression. Tonight, you begin to collapse the gap between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. Your heart is not just a pump that moves blood through your body. Your heart is the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your body, creating an electromagnetic field that extends 3 feet beyond your physical form and influences every cell in your body and everyone who comes into your energy field. The electromagnetic field generated by your heart is 60 times greater than the electromagnetic field generated by your brain. This means that your heart is literally broadcasting your emotional state to the world around you and influencing the reality you experience. When people say they can feel your energy, they're actually feeling the electromagnetic signature of your heart. But here's what's truly remarkable. You can consciously change this electromagnetic signature. You can literally tune your heart to broadcast a different frequency by choosing different emotions, different thoughts, and different ways of being. And when you change your heart's electromagnetic signature, you change what you attract, what you experience, and who you become. Most people's hearts are broadcasting the frequency of whatever they're reacting to in their external environment. If someone cuts them off in traffic, their heart broadcasts frustration. If they see their bank balance, their heart broadcasts worry. If they think about their ex, their heart broadcasts hurt or anger. They're living their lives in reaction, allowing their external circumstances to dictate their internal state. But you have the power to reverse this process. Instead of letting your external circumstances determine your internal state, you can let your internal state determine your external circumstances. You can choose to broadcast the frequency of what you want to experience, rather than the frequency of what you're currently experiencing. When your heart is coherent, when your heart rate variability shows a smooth, rhythmic pattern, you're in the optimal state for learning, for healing, for creativity, and for manifestation. In this state, your heart, mind, and body are working in harmony, and you're broadcasting a clear, consistent signal into the field. The Institute of HeartMath has conducted thousands of studies showing that heart coherence improves cognitive function, reduces stress hormones, strengthens the immune system, and increases intuitive abilities. But perhaps most importantly for your transformation, heart coherence makes you magnetic to the experiences that match your emotional state. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, you're going to learn to generate heart coherence by feeling into the emotions of your new reality. Instead of feeling the emotions of what you don't have, you're going to feel the emotions of what you want to create. Instead of broadcasting the frequency of lack, limitation, or fear, you're going to broadcast the frequency of abundance, possibility, and love. The emotions you feel as you fall asleep become the emotional signature your heart broadcasts throughout the night. If you fall asleep feeling grateful, your heart spends 8 hours broadcasting gratitude. If you fall asleep feeling abundant, your heart spends 8 hours broadcasting abundance. If you fall asleep feeling loved, your heart spends 8 hours broadcasting love. And here's the miracle. Your heart's electromagnetic field influences your genetic expression, your cellular function, and your brainwave patterns throughout the night. When your heart is broadcasting coherent, elevated emotions, it signals your body to produce the chemistry of those emotions. You literally marinate your cells in the chemistry of your desired reality while you sleep. But it goes beyond just your personal biology. Your heart's electromagnetic field extends beyond your body and influences the quantum field around you. When you broadcast a coherent emotional frequency consistently, especially during the receptive hours of sleep, you begin to attract people, circumstances, and opportunities that match that frequency. This is not positive thinking. This is not pretending everything is fine when it's not. This is consciously choosing to align your heart's electromagnetic signature with the reality you want to create. This is learning to feel into the emotion of your desired future so completely that your heart believes you're already living it. The heart has its own neural network, literally a heart brain with over 40,000 neurons. This heart brain processes information and makes decisions independently from your head brain. When your heart brain and head brain are aligned, when they're coherent, you become incredibly powerful. Tonight, you're learning to think with your heart and feel with your mind. You're learning to create coherence between your thoughts and emotions, between your intentions and your feelings. between who you are and who you're becoming. This coherence is the key to transformation. Your soul doesn't speak English, Spanish, or any human language. Your soul speaks in frequencies, in feelings, in images, in symbols, in the language of direct experience. To communicate with your soul, to program your subconscious mind for transformation, you must learn to speak this deeper language. Words alone cannot create lasting change. You can repeat affirmations all day long, but if those words are not infused with feeling, if they don't generate the emotional signature of what you're affirming, they remain just sounds in the air. Your subconscious mind is not listening to your words. It's feeling for the emotion behind those words. This is why so many people struggle with affirmations and positive thinking. They're trying to convince their minds of something their hearts don't believe. They're speaking to their conscious mind in a language their subconscious mind doesn't understand. But when you combine words with genuine feeling, when you infuse your intentions with the emotions of already having what you desire, you speak directly to the creative power within you. Your subconscious mind thinks in pictures, not words. When you say, "I am wealthy," your subconscious mind immediately searches for a picture of what wealth looks like to you. If it can't find a clear picture, or if the picture is associated with negative emotions, the affirmation has no power. But when you can see yourself living in abundance, when you can feel what it feels like to have more than enough, when you can imagine the relief and joy and freedom that comes with financial security, then your subconscious mind has something concrete to work with. It can begin to reorganize your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to align with that vision. The same is true for any transformation you want to create. Your soul needs to feel it, see it, experience it, as if it's already real. This is why visualization is so powerful, especially when combined with the emotions of already having what you're visualizing. But there's an even deeper language than visualization. There's the language of being. Instead of visualizing having something, you learn to be the person who has that thing. Instead of imagining doing something, you learn to be the person who does that thing. Instead of thinking about becoming someone, you learn to be that someone right now. This shift from having and doing to being is the key to rapid transformation. When you can embody the energy of your desired reality, when you can think, feel, and act as the person you want to become, you collapse the time between intention and manifestation. Your soul recognizes authenticity. It knows the difference between pretending and being. When you authentically embody a new way of being, even for just a few moments, your soul begins to reorganize your entire system to support that new identity. This is what happens during sleep when your conscious mind's resistance is offline. In the theta brainwave state that you naturally enter as you drift off to sleep, your subconscious mind is incredibly receptive to new programming. But this programming must be delivered in the language your soul understands, the language of felt experience. Tonight, you're not just going to think about transformation, you're going to feel it. You're not just going to visualize a new reality, you're going to embody it. You're not just going to hope for change, you're going to become the change. The person you're becoming already exists within you. They're not separate from who you are. They're who you are when all the limitations, fears, and old programming are stripped away. Tonight, you're learning to communicate directly with that essential self, to speak in the frequency that awakens their full expression. This communication happens through imagination infused with emotion, through visualization charged with feeling, through affirmations that ring true in every cell of your body. This is the sacred language that bridges the gap between where you are and where you're going. Your breath is the bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind, between your thinking self and your being self, between the world of matter and the world of energy. Every breath you take is an opportunity to shift your state, to calm your nervous system, and to prepare your body for the deep transformation that happens during sleep. Right now, bring your attention to your breath. Don't change it, just notice it. Notice the natural rhythm, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the soft expansion and contraction of your belly. Your breath has been with you since your first moment of life, faithfully supporting you, without you ever having to think about it. But tonight you're going to consciously work with your breath to create the optimal conditions for transformation. You're going to use your breath to signal to your nervous system that it's safe to let go, safe to change, safe to become someone new. When you breathe slowly and deeply, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system that's responsible for healing, regeneration, and growth. When your parasympathetic nervous system is active, your body produces the chemistry of peace, relaxation, and receptivity. This is the state you want to be in as you fall asleep, because this is the state where your subconscious mind is most programmable, where your cells are most receptive to new information, where your heart coherence is most easily achieved. Begin now to deepen your breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your belly to expand like a balloon. Feel the breath filling not just your lungs, but your entire torso. Hold this breath for just a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing all the tension, all the stress, all the old energy to leave your body with the breath. With each exhale, you're releasing more than just carbon dioxide. You're releasing the emotional residue of the day, the mental chatter that keeps you in the past, the energetic attachment to who you've been. You're making space for something new to enter. Now, as you continue this slow, deep breathing, bring your attention to your body. Your body has been carrying you through this life with such dedication, such loyalty. It has never once stopped working on your behalf. Your heart has never missed a beat. Your lungs have never forgotten to breathe. Your body is a miracle, and tonight you're going to honor that miracle by consciously preparing it for transformation. Start at the top of your head and slowly scan down through your body. Notice where you might be holding tension: in your forehead, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest. With each exhale, consciously release that tension. Let it melt away like ice in warm water. Your body holds the memory of every stress, every worry, every fear you've ever experienced. But it also has the capacity to release all of that and return to its natural state of ease and flow. Tonight, you're giving your body permission to let go of everything it's been holding that no longer serves your highest good. As you breathe and relax, imagine that each breath is bringing in not just oxygen, but life force energy, healing light, divine intelligence. Imagine this energy flowing to every cell in your body, awakening the innate wisdom that knows how to create health, how to generate abundance, how to attract love. Your body is not separate from your consciousness. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold is communicated to your body through chemical signals. Tonight, as you breathe consciously and relax deeply, you're sending new signals, programming new responses, creating new patterns. Feel your body becoming heavier and lighter at the same time. Heavy with relaxation, light with possibility. Heavy with surrender, light with potential. Your body is preparing to become the vessel for your transformation, the physical expression of your new consciousness. This conscious breathing and body awareness creates the foundation for everything that follows. When your body is relaxed, when your nervous system is calm, when your breathing is deep and rhythmic, you create the optimal conditions for your subconscious mind to receive new programming and for your heart to broadcast a new frequency. Sleep is not an absence of consciousness. Sleep is a gateway to altered states of awareness, a portal to dimensions of reality that are not accessible to your waking mind. As you drift from waking consciousness into the mysterious realm of sleep, you pass through liminal spaces where transformation becomes possible. The ancient Greeks understood this. They built temples to Asclepius, the god of healing, where people would come to receive healing dreams. They knew that in the space between waking and sleeping, between one day and the next, miracles could occur. They understood that sleep was sacred, that dreams were messages from the divine, that healing happened in the realm beyond ordinary consciousness. Modern science has rediscovered what the ancients always knew. During sleep, your brain cycles through different brainwave states, each one offering unique opportunities for healing and transformation. As you drift off to sleep, your brain waves slow from beta to alpha to theta to delta, and in each of these states, different types of regeneration occur. In the alpha state, just as you're beginning to relax, your analytical mind begins to quiet, and your intuitive mind becomes more active. This is where creativity flows, where insights arise, where solutions to problems appear seemingly from nowhere. In the theta state, which you naturally enter as you're falling asleep, your subconscious mind becomes highly receptive to new programming. This is the same brainwave state that children exist in from birth to age 7, when they're downloading the programs that will run their lives. Tonight, you return to that state of programmability, but this time, you're the one choosing what gets programmed. In the delta state of deep sleep, your body produces growth hormone, repairs tissues, consolidates memories, and quite literally regenerates itself. But it's not just physical regeneration. It's energetic regeneration, emotional regeneration, spiritual regeneration. But perhaps most importantly, during sleep you disconnect from the linear time-space reality of your waking consciousness and enter what could be called quantum consciousness, a state where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where past, present, and future merge, where healing can happen instantaneously. This is why it's so important how you enter sleep. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the intentions you set as you drift off to sleep become the seeds that your unconscious mind tends throughout the night. If you fall asleep worrying about tomorrow, your unconscious spends the night creating more things to worry about. If you fall asleep in gratitude for what's coming, your unconscious spends the night organizing circumstances to match that gratitude. As you feel yourself beginning to drift now, recognize that you're not just going to sleep. You're entering a sacred space of transformation. You're crossing the threshold from ordinary consciousness into the realm where miracles are normal, where healing happens automatically, where your highest possibilities are always available. Let yourself sink into this knowing. Let yourself feel the safety of this sacred space. Your conscious mind, with all its worries and doubts and need to control, is gently being set aside. Your wise, eternal, creative self is awakening to tend to the work of transformation, while your personality rests. This is the portal. This is the gateway. This is the sacred space where the old you dissolves and the new you is born. Trust this process. Trust this intelligence that knows how to heal your body while you sleep, how to solve problems while you dream, how to reorganize your entire reality while you rest. You are safe in this space. You are held in this space. You are loved in this space. The same intelligence that moves the planets and grows the trees and beats your heart is now focused on your transformation. You don't have to make it happen. You just have to let it now. From this sacred space between waking and sleeping, from this portal of infinite possibility, you're going to begin to see and feel your new reality, not as something distant that might happen someday, but as something that already exists, waiting for you to step into it. In your mind's eye, begin to see yourself waking up tomorrow morning, but not as the person you were when you went to sleep. See yourself waking up as the person you've always known you could become. Feel into this moment. What does it feel like to open your eyes and immediately know that something fundamental has shifted? You feel lighter, not just physically, but energetically. There's a sense of ease that you haven't felt in years. The weight of the old patterns, the old struggles, the old story about who you are and what's possible for your life, that weight has been lifted while you slept. Look around your environment with these new eyes. Everything looks the same, but everything feels different because you are different. The frequency you're broadcasting has changed, and this change in frequency is already beginning to attract new experiences, new people, new opportunities into your life. Feel into your body in this new reality. Notice how your posture has changed. Notice how you carry yourself differently. There's a confidence here, a knowing, a deep trust in life that wasn't there before. Your body feels healthy, vibrant, alive with possibility. Listen to your internal dialogue in this new reality. The voice in your head sounds different. Instead of criticism, there's compassion. Instead of doubt, there's trust. Instead of fear, there's excitement about what each new day might bring. You think thoughts that support your highest good, thoughts that elevate your energy, thoughts that align you with your dreams. Feel the emotions that live in this new reality. There's a deep sense of peace that comes from knowing you're exactly where you're supposed to be. There's gratitude for the journey that brought you here. There's love for yourself, love for your life, love for the magnificent process of becoming that you're now consciously participating in. In this new reality, you move through your days differently. You make decisions from clarity rather than confusion. You respond to challenges from strength rather than fear. You create from inspiration rather than desperation. You love from fullness rather than emptiness. See yourself in your relationships in this new reality. Notice how people respond to you differently because you're showing up differently. The energy you radiate attracts people who see your worth, who appreciate your gifts, who support your highest good. Relationships that were draining naturally fade away, replaced by connections that nourish your soul. Look at your work, your creative expression, your contribution to the world in this new reality. You're not just making a living, you're making a difference. Your work aligns with your values, utilizes your gifts, and brings you a deep sense of fulfillment. You wake up excited about what you get to create each day. Feel into your relationship with money and abundance in this new reality. There's ease here, flow, more than enough for everything you need and want. But more importantly, there's a knowing that abundance is your natural state, that you are worthy of prosperity, that the universe wants to support your dreams. See your relationship with your health in this new reality. Your body is strong, vital, full of energy. You treat your body as the sacred temple it is, nourishing it with good food, movement, rest, and love. Your body responds by supporting you in living your biggest life. This is not fantasy. This is not wishful thinking. This new reality exists right now in the quantum field of potential. As you see it, feel it, embody it with your imagination and emotions, you collapse the distance between where you are and where this reality exists. Your subconscious mind is recording every detail of this vision, every nuance of these emotions. It's beginning to reorganize your neural pathways, your beliefs, your automatic responses to match this new reality. The person you're seeing in your mind's eye is becoming more real than the person you've been. From this vision of your new reality, a natural feeling begins to arise. Gratitude. Not gratitude for what you hope will happen, but gratitude for what is already happening. Gratitude for the intelligence that is transforming you even now as you rest. Gratitude for the journey that brought you to this moment of awakening. Gratitude is perhaps the most powerful frequency you can broadcast into the quantum field. When you're truly grateful, you're sending a signal that you already have what you desire. Gratitude is the emotion of receiving, and when you feel it authentically, you magnetize more experiences to be grateful for. But this is not ordinary gratitude. This is not gratitude for things. This is gratitude for being. Gratitude for the miracle of consciousness that you are. Gratitude for your capacity to change, to grow, to become more than you've been. Gratitude for the invisible forces that are working on your behalf every moment of every day. Feel gratitude for your breath, for the air that surrounds you, for the earth that supports you. Feel gratitude for your heart that beats without you having to remember to make it beat. Feel gratitude for your mind that can imagine possibilities that don't yet exist in your physical reality. Feel gratitude for every experience you've had, even the difficult ones, because they've all contributed to your awakening. The pain taught you what you don't want. The struggles showed you your strength. The losses opened your heart. The failures taught you resilience. Everything has been preparing you for this moment of transformation. Feel gratitude for the new reality that is already emerging. Even though you can't see it with your physical eyes yet, feel grateful for the synchronicities that are already being arranged. Feel grateful for the people who are already being drawn into your life. Feel grateful for the opportunities that are already being created. This gratitude is not passive. This gratitude is creative. As you feel it, you're literally sending ripples of appreciation into the quantum field, and those ripples return to you multiplied. The universe has no choice but to bring you more experiences that match the frequency of gratitude you're broadcasting. Feel this gratitude in your heart. Let it expand from your heart throughout your entire body. Let it fill every cell with the frequency of appreciation. Your cells are literally bathing in the chemistry of gratitude right now, and this chemistry is programming them to attract more experiences to be grateful for. Let this gratitude extend beyond your body into the field around you. Imagine it as golden light radiating from your heart, touching everyone and everything in your environment with the frequency of appreciation. You're blessing your world with gratitude, and your world cannot help but respond in kind. As you drift deeper into sleep, this gratitude becomes the emotional signature that your heart broadcasts throughout the night. For 8 hours, your electromagnetic field will be transmitting appreciation, thankfulness, the feeling of having received. This is the frequency that calls forth miracles. Gratitude for what was, gratitude for what is, gratitude for what is becoming, gratitude for the seen and the unseen, for the known and the unknown, for the journey and the destination. This gratitude is the bridge between your old reality and your new reality. In this state of deep gratitude, you understand that everything is already perfect. Everything is already working out for your highest good. Everything is already conspiring to support your transformation. You don't need to push or force or make anything happen. You just need to stay in gratitude and let the intelligence of the universe orchestrate the details. This gratitude is your prayer, your offering, your contribution to the healing of the world. As you heal and transform and step into your highest possibility, you raise the frequency of the entire planet. Your gratitude ripples out to touch everyone who needs to feel that they too can change, they too can heal, they too can become more than they've been. As you rest in this frequency of gratitude, you may notice subtle forms of resistance arising. Your ego, that part of you that has been managing your identity, might create thoughts like, "This is too good to be true," or "People like me don't get to have lives like this," or "I've tried to change before and it didn't work." This resistance is natural. This resistance is expected. This resistance is actually a sign that transformation is occurring. Your old programming is sensing that change is happening, and it's trying to pull you back into familiar patterns of thinking and feeling. But tonight, you're not fighting this resistance. You're not pushing against it or trying to overcome it through force. Instead, you're dissolving it through the power of acceptance and love. Resistance dissolves in the presence of love, the way darkness dissolves in the presence of light. Notice any thoughts or feelings that arise without judging them as good or bad, right or wrong. Simply observe them with the detached awareness of someone watching clouds pass across the sky. These thoughts and feelings are not who you are. They're simply old programs running, old neural pathways firing, old patterns trying to maintain themselves. With each breath, you're sending love to these resistant parts of yourself. You understand that they've been trying to protect you, trying to keep you safe by keeping you the same. Thank them for their service, and gently let them know that you're ready to be safe in a new way now. The most powerful form of resistance often comes disguised as doubt. What if this doesn't work? What if I'm just fooling myself? What if I wake up tomorrow and nothing has changed? These doubts are invitations to deepen your trust in the process. Remember that transformation often happens in ways that are subtle at first. You might not wake up tomorrow as a completely different person, but you will wake up with new neural pathways, new cellular programming, new electromagnetic signatures. The changes begin at the quantum level and gradually express themselves in your physical reality. Some resistance might come in the form of fear. What if I change and people don't recognize me? What if I outgrow my current relationships? What if success brings new challenges I'm not prepared for? These fears are understandable, but they're based on the assumption that change is dangerous. In truth, not changing is far more dangerous than changing. Staying stuck in patterns that don't serve you is far more risky than evolving into someone who can handle greater levels of love, abundance, and fulfillment. You are far more resilient and capable than your fears would have you believe. Any resistance you feel is simply energy that wants to move. Instead of fighting it, breathe into it. Instead of pushing against it, allow it to flow through you and out of you. Resistance is not your enemy. It's simply old energy that needs to be metabolized and released. Sometimes resistance comes in the form of unworthiness. I don't deserve this. Good things don't happen to people like me. I haven't earned the right to this level of happiness and success. These beliefs about unworthiness are perhaps the deepest programs that need to be dissolved. Your worth is not based on what you've done or not done. Your worth is not based on your past mistakes or current circumstances. Your worth is inherent in your existence. You are worthy of transformation simply because you exist. You are worthy of love, abundance, health, and fulfillment simply because you are. As any form of resistance arises, meet it with the breath of acceptance, the heart of compassion, and the knowing that this too is part of the process. Every fear dissolved, every doubt released, every limiting belief transcended makes more space for your new reality to emerge. This dissolution of resistance happens naturally during sleep when your conscious mind's need to control and analyze is offline. In the theta state, resistance simply melts away, leaving your subconscious mind open and receptive to new possibilities. Trust this process. Trust this intelligence. Trust that everything that needs to be released will be released, and everything that needs to be integrated will be integrated. You don't have to manage this transformation. You just have to allow it. As the resistance dissolves and your system becomes more coherent, you begin to access a deeper intelligence that has always been available to you, your inner guidance system. This is not the voice of your conditioned mind or your ego's desires. This is the voice of your soul, your higher self, your connection to universal intelligence. This guidance system communicates not through words, but through feelings, intuitions, knowings that arise from somewhere deeper than thought. It's the feeling you get when something is right for you, even if you can't explain why. It's the knowing that pulls you in a certain direction, even when logic suggests otherwise. It's the peace that comes when you're aligned with your authentic path. In your ordinary waking consciousness, this inner guidance is often drowned out by the noise of mental chatter, social conditioning, and external pressures. But in this space between waking and sleeping, in this theta state of consciousness, your inner guidance becomes crystal clear. Your body is part of this guidance system. Your cells, your nervous system, your heart, they all respond to what's in alignment with your highest good and what's not. When something is right for you, your body expands, relaxes, feels energized. When something is not right for you, your body contracts, tenses, feels depleted. Tonight, as you drift in this receptive state, begin to tune into this inner guidance about your transformation. What is your soul trying to tell you about who you're becoming? What is your heart trying to communicate about what you truly desire? What is your body trying to show you about what supports your highest health and vitality? This guidance might come as images, as sensations, as sudden knowings that seem to appear from nowhere. Trust these communications. Your inner guidance system has access to information that your logical mind could never compute. It can sense possibilities that your eyes cannot see, feel into futures that your brain cannot imagine. Perhaps you receive guidance about relationships, which connections to nurture and which ones to release. Perhaps you receive guidance about your life's work, what wants to be created through you, what gifts you're meant to share with the world. Perhaps you receive guidance about your health, what your body needs to thrive, what habits to embrace or release. This guidance is always loving, always supportive, always pointing you toward your highest good. It never comes with judgment or criticism. It never makes you feel small or inadequate. True inner guidance always feels expansive, even when it's pointing you toward challenging growth. Sometimes this guidance might conflict with what others expect from you, or what you think you should want. Your inner guidance knows who you really are beneath all the conditioning and expectations. It knows what will truly fulfill you, not just what looks good on paper or pleases other people. Learning to trust and follow your inner guidance is one of the most important skills you can develop. It's the difference between living someone else's life and living your own. It's the difference between achieving external success that feels empty and creating a life that's deeply fulfilling. As you continue to relax into sleep, set an intention to remain open to the guidance that wants to come through. You don't need to strain or search for it. Simply create space for it and trust that what you need to know will be revealed to you in perfect timing. Your inner guidance system is always operating, always available, always working on your behalf. The more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. The more you trust it, the clearer it becomes. The more you follow it, the more it leads you toward experiences of joy, fulfillment, and authentic success. This guidance will continue to speak to you throughout the night and into your waking consciousness tomorrow. You might wake up with sudden clarity about a decision you've been struggling with. You might receive an intuitive hit about an action to take. You might simply feel more aligned with your authentic self. Trust this process. Trust this intelligence. Trust that you have everything you need within you to navigate this transformation and create the life you're meant to live. Your inner guidance system is your connection to the infinite intelligence of the universe, and it's always guiding you home to yourself. Now, as you drift deeper into the theta state, the real work of transformation begins at the most fundamental level, your cellular structure. Every cell in your body is a conscious entity, capable of receiving information, processing it, and responding accordingly. Your cells are listening to your thoughts, feeling your emotions, and reorganizing themselves based on the signals you're sending. Right now, as you rest in this coherent state of gratitude and possibility, your cells are receiving new instructions. The old programs that have been running your biology, programs of limitation, fear, scarcity, unworthiness, these programs are being overwritten with new information that supports your highest potential. Your DNA is not a fixed blueprint. 95% of your genetic expression is controlled by your environment, your perceptions, and your emotional state. This field of study called epigenetics has revolutionized our understanding of human potential. You are not a victim of your genes. You are the conscious director of your genetic expression. The elevated emotions you've been feeling, gratitude, love, possibility, peace. These emotions signal your genes to produce proteins that enhance your immune system, slow the aging process, increase your energy, and optimize your brain function. Your cells are literally being bathed in the chemistry of your new reality. Imagine your cells as tiny radios, each one tuning into the frequency you're broadcasting. When you broadcast fear, they tune into the frequency of survival and protection. When you broadcast love, they tune into the frequency of growth and healing. When you broadcast possibility, they tune into the frequency of regeneration and renewal. Tonight, you're broadcasting a clear, coherent signal of transformation, and 60 trillion cells are listening. Each cell is beginning to reorganize its function to support the new version of you that you're becoming. Old cellular memories stored in your tissues are being released. New cellular memories aligned with your highest potential are being encoded. Your nervous system is rewiring itself to support new emotional patterns. Neural pathways that have kept you stuck in old ways of thinking and reacting are being pruned away. New neural pathways that support confidence, clarity, and creative expression are being strengthened and reinforced. Your endocrine system is recalibrating to produce the optimal balance of hormones for your new state of being. Your immune system is upgrading to better protect and support you. Your cardiovascular system is optimizing to deliver more energy and vitality throughout your body. This cellular reprogramming happens most effectively during sleep, because your conscious mind's interference is minimized. Your cells can receive and integrate new information without the static of mental chatter, doubt, or resistance. The theta brainwaves you're in right now are the optimal frequency for this deep biological transformation. Your cells are also responding to the intentions you've set, the visions you've created, the emotions you've generated. They don't distinguish between what you're imagining and what you're experiencing. To your cells, the future reality you've been visualizing is happening right now, and they're adapting to support that reality. The process of cellular regeneration that naturally occurs during sleep is being enhanced and directed by your conscious participation. Instead of your cells simply maintaining the status quo, they're evolving, upgrading, becoming more aligned with your highest potential. This transformation is happening in your brain cells as well. New neural connections are being formed that support the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of the person you're becoming. Old neural networks that supported limitation and fear are being dismantled. Your brain is literally rewiring itself to support your new reality. Your heart cells are reorganizing to broadcast a new electromagnetic signature, one that's aligned with love, abundance, and possibility, rather than fear, lack, and limitation. This new electromagnetic signature will influence every interaction you have, every opportunity that comes your way, every experience you attract. Even your bone marrow is participating in this transformation, producing new blood cells that carry the frequency of your new consciousness throughout your body. Every drop of blood in your veins is becoming infused with the intelligence of your highest potential. This cellular reprogramming continues throughout the night, guided by the intentions you've set and the emotions you've generated. When you wake up tomorrow, you will literally be made of different cells than you were when you went to sleep. Cells that support your transformation, cells that carry the memory of your new reality, cells that vibrate with the frequency of who you're becoming. In a few hours, you will begin to emerge from this transformative sleep, but you will not wake up as the same person who went to sleep. The consciousness that opens your eyes tomorrow morning will carry within it new neural pathways, new cellular programming, new electromagnetic signatures that reflect the transformation that has occurred during the night. The first moment of waking consciousness is crucial. In that liminal space between sleep and full awareness, you have the opportunity to anchor the transformation that has taken place. Instead of immediately jumping into the mental habits of the old you, you can choose to wake up as the new you. When you first open your eyes, before you think about what you need to do or what problems you need to solve, take a moment to feel into your body. Notice if there's a different quality to your energy. Notice if there's a sense of lightness, of possibility, of something having shifted during the night. Your brain will naturally want to return to familiar patterns of thought, the worries, the to-do lists, the mental rehearsal of problems. But you have a choice. You can choose to think new thoughts, feel new emotions, and approach your day from the consciousness of who you've become, rather than who you've been. The thoughts you think in those first few minutes of awakening are particularly powerful because your brain is still in the alpha state, still receptive to programming. Use this time to affirm your new reality, to feel into the emotions of transformation, to set the energetic tone for your entire day. You might notice that your internal dialogue sounds different. Where there used to be criticism, there's now compassion. Where there used to be doubt, there's now trust. Where there used to be fear about the future, there's now excitement about possibilities. This is not imagination. This is the result of actual neurological changes that have occurred during your sleep. Your relationship with your body might feel different too. There might be a sense of vitality, of energy, of your body feeling more like home than it has in a long time. Your cells have been reorganizing themselves all night to support your new consciousness, and you might feel this as increased energy, better mood, or simply a sense of well-being. The way you perceive your environment might shift as well. Colors might seem more vibrant, sounds might be more pleasing. The world around you might feel more supportive, more friendly, more aligned with your well-being. This is because your electromagnetic field has changed, and you're now attracting different experiences based on your new frequency. Pay attention to your emotional state as you wake. If you notice old emotions trying to reassert themselves, worry, frustration, sadness, don't judge them, but don't automatically accept them as truth either. Remember that you have a choice about which emotions you feed with your attention and which ones you allow to pass through without engagement. The transformation that has occurred during the night is real, but it needs to be consciously integrated into your waking consciousness. This integration happens through awareness, through choice, through the moment-by-moment decision to think, feel, and act from your new consciousness rather than your old programming. You might receive intuitive guidance about actions to take, people to connect with, or opportunities to pursue. This guidance is coming from your newly aligned consciousness, and it's important to trust it, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Your inner guidance system has been recalibrated during the night and is now operating from a higher frequency. Throughout your morning routine, whether it's showering, having coffee, or getting ready for work, practice being present to the new energy you're carrying. Practice appreciating the transformation that has occurred. Practice feeling grateful for the intelligence that has been working on your behalf while you slept. This morning consciousness shift is not a one-time event. Every morning offers you the opportunity to wake up more aligned with your highest potential than you were the day before. Every sleep cycle is an opportunity for further transformation, further evolution, further alignment with who you're truly meant to be. The key is to wake up consciously, to remember that you are not the same person who went to sleep, and to choose to live from your new consciousness rather than defaulting to old patterns. This conscious awakening amplifies and accelerates the transformation process. Transformation without integration is just a peak experience. The real work begins when you bring the consciousness you've accessed during sleep into your daily life, when you learn to embody your new awareness in practical, tangible ways. Integration means aligning your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions with the new consciousness you've awakened to. It means making choices throughout your day that support who you're becoming, rather than who you've been. It means practicing being the person you saw in your visualization, until it becomes your natural way of being. This integration happens gradually, moment by moment, choice by choice. Each time you choose a thought that supports your highest good instead of a thought that diminishes you, you strengthen the neural pathways of your new consciousness. Each time you choose to respond from love instead of fear, you reinforce the cellular programming of transformation. Embodiment goes even deeper than integration. Embodiment means that your transformation is no longer something you're doing. It becomes something you are. It's no longer a practice you engage in. It becomes your natural expression. It's no longer an identity you're trying on. It becomes your authentic self. True embodiment happens when there's no gap between who you are in your highest moments and who you are in your ordinary moments. When the consciousness you access in meditation is the same consciousness you carry to the grocery store. When the love you feel in your heart during visualization is the same love you express in difficult conversations. This process requires patience and compassion with yourself. Your old programming didn't develop overnight, and your new programming won't be fully established overnight either. There will be moments when you slip back into old patterns, old reactions, old ways of thinking and feeling. This is normal and expected. When you notice yourself defaulting to old patterns, don't judge yourself. Instead, see it as an opportunity to consciously choose again. Each time you catch yourself and choose differently, you strengthen your new neural pathways and weaken the old ones. The noticing itself is a sign that your consciousness is expanding. Pay attention to the small changes throughout your day. Maybe you find yourself being more patient in traffic. Maybe you speak to yourself more kindly. Maybe you make a decision based on your intuition rather than your fear. These subtle shifts are signs that the transformation is taking root in your daily life. Your relationships become a mirror for your transformation. As you change, the people around you will respond differently to you. Some will be supportive of your growth, while others might feel threatened by your changes. This is information about which relationships support your highest good and which ones might need to evolve or be released. Your work life might begin to shift as well. You might find yourself approaching tasks with more creativity, more confidence, more joy. You might receive opportunities that align better with your authentic gifts. You might discover that work feels less like work and more like self-expression. Your relationship with money and abundance might evolve too. As you embody the consciousness of worthiness and possibility, you naturally begin to attract more abundance into your life. But more importantly, your relationship with money becomes healthier, more balanced, based on contribution rather than desperation. Integration and embodiment are ongoing processes. Even after you've experienced significant transformation, there are always deeper levels of consciousness to access, higher expressions of your potential to embody. This is not a destination you reach. It's a journey of continuous evolution and expansion. The key is to be patient with the process while staying committed to your growth. Celebrate the small changes as much as the big ones. Trust that every choice you make from your new consciousness is contributing to a larger transformation that's unfolding in perfect timing. Remember that you're not just transforming for yourself. As you embody higher levels of consciousness, you raise the frequency of everyone around you. You become a living example of what's possible, inspiring others to believe in their own capacity for transformation. Your transformation is not an isolated event. It's part of a larger web of consciousness that connects all beings. As you heal, grow, and evolve, you send ripples of transformation into the collective field that supports the healing and evolution of others. Every time you choose love over fear, you make it easier for someone else to make that same choice. Every time you embody possibility instead of limitation, you expand the field of possibility for everyone. Every time you live from your authentic self instead of your conditioned self, you give others permission to do the same. This ripple effect begins with the people closest to you. Your family members, friends, and colleagues will unconsciously sense the shift in your energy and begin to respond differently. They might become more open, more loving, more willing to explore their own potential for growth. Some people might initially resist your transformation because it challenges their own comfort zones. When you change, it highlights the possibility that they could change too, and this can be threatening to those who have invested their identity in staying the same. Be patient with this resistance. Continue to embody your new consciousness without trying to convince anyone else to change. Your children, if you have them, will be particularly influenced by your transformation. Children are energetic sponges, absorbing the consciousness of their environment. As you embody higher levels of peace, love, and possibility, you create an environment where your children can naturally develop these same qualities. Your transformation also affects people you don't even know personally. The electromagnetic field generated by your heart extends beyond your body and influences the people you encounter throughout your day. The clerk at the grocery store, the person you pass on the street, the driver in the car next to you. They all feel the frequency you're broadcasting, even if they're not consciously aware of it. In moments of coherence, when your heart, mind, and emotions are aligned, your influence extends even further. Studies have shown that when groups of people meditate together or generate coherent emotional states together, they can influence the behavior of people in the surrounding area, even reducing crime rates and increasing feelings of well-being. This means that your personal transformation is actually a service to humanity. By doing your own inner work, by healing your own wounds, by embodying your highest potential, you're contributing to the healing and evolution of the entire planet. You're not being selfish by focusing on your own growth. You're being of service. Think about the people who have influenced your own spiritual journey, the authors whose books opened your mind, the teachers whose wisdom touched your heart, the friends whose example showed you what was possible. They were able to impact your life because they did their own inner work first. Now you get to be that person for others. Your transformation creates a new template in the collective consciousness. Every person who breaks through limitation, heals from trauma, or embodies their highest potential makes it easier for others to do the same. You're not just changing your own life, you're changing what's possible for all of humanity. This ripple effect continues to expand long after your initial transformation. The people you influence will influence others, creating waves of positive change that can spread across generations. Your grandchildren and great-grandchildren will benefit from the consciousness you embody today. Understanding this ripple effect can provide additional motivation for your continued growth. On days when working on yourself feels selfish or difficult, remember that your healing contributes to the healing of the world. Your joy adds to the joy of the collective. Your peace supports the peace of all beings. You're part of a larger awakening that's happening on the planet right now. Millions of people are waking up to their true potential, remembering their inherent worth, and choosing to live from love instead of fear. Your transformation is both a result of this collective awakening and a contribution to it. As you continue to embody your new consciousness, trust that you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, influencing exactly who you need to influence. Your transformation matters more than you know, and its effects will continue to ripple out in ways you may never fully comprehend. Transformation is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice of choosing to live from your highest consciousness moment by moment, day by day. The real work begins after the initial awakening, when you must learn to maintain your new frequency in a world that often operates from much lower frequencies. Your new consciousness is like a radio station that you've learned to tune into. But just like a radio, if you don't actively maintain the tuning, you might drift back to stations you were listening to before. The key is developing the awareness to notice when you're slipping out of your new frequency, and the skill to consciously tune back in. This maintenance requires daily practice. Just as you wouldn't expect to stay physically fit without regular exercise, you can't expect to maintain elevated consciousness without regular spiritual and emotional exercise. This might include meditation, journaling, visualization, conscious breathing, or whatever practices help you connect with your highest self. Morning practices are particularly important because they set the energetic tone for your entire day. Starting your day in meditation, gratitude, or visualization helps you anchor your new consciousness before the demands of daily life begin to pull you in different directions. Evening practices are equally important because they help you process the day's experiences and return to a state of coherence before sleep. This might include reflecting on your growth, releasing any stress or negativity you picked up during the day, and setting intentions for continued transformation. Pay attention to what influences your frequency throughout the day. Certain people, places, activities, or even thoughts can either support your new consciousness or pull you back into old patterns. Begin to consciously choose environments and relationships that support your highest good. The media you consume has a significant impact on your frequency. News programs designed to create fear and drama, social media platforms that promote comparison and judgment, entertainment that glorifies violence or negativity. All of these can lower your vibration and make it harder to maintain your new consciousness. Instead, choose to feed your mind with content that elevates and inspires you. Read books that expand your awareness. Listen to music that lifts your spirit. Spend time in nature, which naturally helps you return to a state of balance and peace. Your diet also affects your frequency. Heavy processed foods can make you feel sluggish and disconnected from your spiritual nature. Fresh, whole foods provide clean energy that supports clarity and vitality. Many people find that as their consciousness evolves, their dietary preferences naturally shift toward lighter, more vibrant foods. Physical exercise is another powerful tool for maintaining your new frequency. Movement helps to circulate energy through your body, release emotional blocks, and connect you with your physical vitality. It doesn't have to be intense. Even a gentle walk in nature can help you maintain energetic balance. Perhaps most importantly, learn to catch yourself when you start to slip back into old patterns of thinking, feeling, or behaving. The moment you notice that you're operating from fear instead of love, lack instead of abundance, or limitation instead of possibility, you can consciously choose to shift back to your new frequency. This conscious choice-making is a muscle that gets stronger with practice. The more you exercise your ability to choose thoughts and emotions that support your highest good, the more natural and automatic this process becomes. Remember that maintaining your new frequency is not about perfection. It's about awareness and course correction. You will have days when you slip back into old patterns, and that's perfectly normal. The key is to notice when this happens and gently guide yourself back to your new consciousness without judgment or self-criticism. Surround yourself with reminders of who you're becoming. This might include affirmations posted where you'll see them, objects that represent your new reality, or symbols that help you remember your highest intentions. These external reminders can help trigger your internal awareness when you start to drift from your new frequency. One of the most challenging aspects of transformation is learning to trust the process, especially when changes seem to be happening slowly or when external circumstances don't immediately reflect your internal shifts. The ego wants proof, wants guarantees, wants to see measurable results on its timeline. But transformation often works in mysterious ways that don't always align with the ego's expectations. Trust requires understanding that change often happens from the inside out, starting at the quantum level and gradually expressing itself in your physical reality. The neural rewiring, the cellular reprogramming, the energetic shifts that have occurred during your sleep are real and significant, even if you can't see their effects immediately. Think of your transformation like planting a seed. Once you plant the seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust that the right conditions, water, soil, sunlight, the seed will naturally grow in its own perfect timing. Your transformation is like that seed. The consciousness you've planted, the emotions you've felt, the visions you've created. These are the seeds of your new reality, and they're already beginning to sprout beneath the surface of your awareness. Sometimes the first signs of transformation are subtle. You might notice that you respond to stress differently. You might find yourself making different choices without even thinking about it. You might discover that certain situations that used to trigger you no longer have the same effect. These subtle shifts are evidence that deep changes are occurring. Other times, transformation manifests as what seems like chaos or challenge. Old patterns might intensify before they dissolve. Relationships that no longer serve your highest good might become more obviously misaligned. Situations that don't match your new frequency might fall away to make room for what does match. This apparent disruption is actually the universe reorganizing itself to support your new consciousness. Trust means surrendering your need to control how and when your transformation manifests. The same intelligence that orchestrates the movement of planets and the changing of seasons is orchestrating your transformation. This intelligence has access to information and possibilities that your logical mind cannot comprehend. Your job is not to figure out how your new reality will come into being. Your job is to maintain the frequency of that reality, to continue feeling the emotions of having already received what you desire, and to take inspired action when guidance arises. The how is not your responsibility. It's the universe's responsibility. This requires a fundamental shift from doing to being. Instead of trying to make things happen through force and effort, you learn to be the person who naturally attracts what you desire. Instead of pushing toward your goals, you align with them energetically and allow them to be drawn to you. Trust also means having patience with divine timing. What you want might not manifest exactly when you think it should, but it will manifest exactly when it's most beneficial for your highest good. Sometimes delays are protection, preventing you from receiving something before you're truly ready for it. The universe operates on the principle of perfect timing. Every delay, every detour, every seeming setback is actually part of a larger orchestration that's aligning all the pieces necessary for your highest good. What looks like a closed door from one perspective might be a redirect towards something even better from a higher perspective. Learning to trust the process means releasing attachment to specific outcomes and remaining open to something even better than what you originally asked for. The universe's imagination is far grander than yours. What you think you want might be just the beginning of what's actually possible for your life. Trust is strengthened through experience. Each time you choose to trust and witness how things work out for your highest good, your faith in the process deepens. Each time you let go of control and see how the universe orchestrates perfect solutions, your ability to surrender increases. There will be moments of doubt. This is normal and human. When doubt arises, return to the practices that connect you with your inner knowing. Meditate, breathe deeply, spend time in nature, or simply place your hand on your heart and remember the truth that lives there. Your soul knows that transformation is not only possible but inevitable when you align with your highest consciousness. Remember that you are not alone in this process. You are supported by invisible forces, call them angels, guides, universal intelligence, or simply the power of love itself. These forces are always working on your behalf, arranging synchronicities, opening doors, and bringing you exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Trust that everything in your life, including the challenges, is serving your highest evolution. Trust that you have everything within you to navigate any situation that arises. Trust that your transformation is not only possible, but already in motion. Trust that the same power that created you is supporting your recreation into your highest expression. As this journey through the landscape of transformation draws to a close, recognize that you are not the same person who began listening to these words hours ago. The consciousness that experiences these final moments carries within it new possibilities, new neural pathways, new cellular programming that supports a reality far beyond what you've previously experienced. This is not the end of your transformation. This is the beginning. Tonight was the initiation, the activation, the planting of seeds that will continue to grow and bloom in your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. The work that has been done in the invisible realms of consciousness will gradually express itself in the visible realm of your daily experience. Your new life is not something that begins tomorrow morning or next week, or when certain conditions are met. Your new life begins right now, in this moment, with your recognition that you are already different than you were before. The person who emerges from this experience carries within them the frequency of miracles. As you transition into natural sleep or into your day, depending on when you're hearing these words, carry with you the knowing that you are supported by forces beyond your comprehension. The same intelligence that beats your heart without your having to remember, that grows your hair while you sleep, that heals your wounds automatically. This intelligence is now consciously focused on your continued transformation. Every breath you take from this moment forward is an opportunity to anchor more deeply into your new consciousness. Every choice you make is an opportunity to align more fully with who you're becoming. Every interaction you have is an opportunity to express more authentically from your transformed self. You may not see all the changes immediately. Transformation often works like the development of a photograph in a dark room, gradually revealing its full image over time. But trust that the image of your new life is already fully formed in the quantum field of possibility, and it will manifest in perfect timing. The old patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior that once seemed so solid, so permanent, so much a part of who you are, these patterns now have no more power over you than you give them. They were never who you truly were. They were simply programs running in the background of your consciousness, and programs can be changed, updated, and replaced with new software that serves your highest good. Your heart now beats with the rhythm of possibility. Your cells now vibrate with the frequency of transformation. Your energy field now broadcasts the signal of your highest potential. You are no longer who you were, and you are not yet who you're becoming. You exist in the sacred space of continuous evolution. Remember that your transformation is not just for you, it's your gift to the world. As you embody higher levels of consciousness, love, and possibility, you raise the vibration of everyone whose life you touch. Your healing contributes to the healing of the collective. Your joy adds to the joy of humanity. Your peace supports the peace of the planet. The journey of awakening is not always easy, but it is always worth it. There may be moments of doubt, moments of challenge, moments when the old you tries to reassert itself. In these moments, remember this night. Remember the knowing you've accessed. Remember the vision you've held. Remember that you are far more powerful than any temporary circumstance. You are not broken and never were broken. You are simply asleep to your true nature. And tonight you have begun to awaken. You are not behind or lacking or missing anything essential. You are exactly where you need to be, with everything you need within you to create the life you came here to live. The love that you seek is already within you. The abundance you desire is already your birthright. The healing you need is already available to you. The purpose you're searching for is already encoded in your DNA. The joy you long for is already your natural state. Tonight, you have begun to remember and embody these truths. As this experience concludes, know that it's not really an ending, but a commencement, the beginning of living consciously from your highest potential. The seed has been planted. The program has been installed. The frequency has been set. Now trust the process. Maintain your new vibration, and watch as your external reality begins to mirror the internal transformation you've undergone. You are one sleep away from your new life, and that sleep has already begun. Welcome to your transformation. Welcome to your awakening. Welcome to the magnificent life that awaits the magnificent being you are becoming. The journey continues now, with each breath, with each choice, with each moment of conscious alignment with your highest truth. You are ready. You are worthy. You are already transformed. Sleep now in the knowing that you are forever changed, forever supported, forever loved by the same intelligence that creates galaxies and grows flowers, that moves tides and beats hearts. Your new life is not coming. Your new life is here. Your new self is not becoming. Your new self is being. Rest now in the completion of this sacred initiation, knowing that when you awaken, whether in minutes or hours, you will rise as the person you have always been beneath the surface, now finally free to express your true magnificence in the world. You are one sleep away from your new life, and that transformation is complete.